This is Section 8, how to license or sell your idea or product. What we're going to talk about first is why should you consider licensing. We mentioned earlier when we talked about the 5 different ways to get your product in the store that this is the one where you make the least amount of money. The thing that makes it so appealing is it has the least cost to you. You develop or come up with your idea or product, and then you're essentially done as far as investing. You're using other people's money, other people's time, and other people's contacts to get the product in the market. You're going to license something, and if you have something that, for example, Procter & Gamble would use, we actually have a contact for you for that, of how to present something to Procter & Gamble. And you can imagine if they license something and you get paid a few percent royalty, how many dollars you're going to make that way versus starting your own company.
Can you tell me some of the different kinds of licensing?
There are a number of different kinds. One would be most of what we've been talking about so far, which is licensing a product that you've invented or come up with. You can also license a process to do something, and they have special kinds of patents just for that called process patents. And then you can license artwork or characters, like Walt Disney will license Mickey Mouse, or you can license Garfield. All of the characters that you know of, the companies that own the rights to those will license those. You can license the rights to put Garfield on a pen, and I've done that. We licensed Star Wars back when Star Wars was popular to put on stickers, and we paid them a royalty. And then you can do the other side. You can be the licensee, or you can be the licensor. And in terms of character licensing and artwork licensing, I've been on both sides of that one. I've been the one doing the licensing for my own artwork, and I've been the one licensing for artwork I wanted to put on my products.
Well, give me some ideas or some steps that I should do before contacting a company or a licensing agent.
First off, whether you're contacting a company or an agent, you want to have your act together. It's not anywhere near as bad as making a sales call on Wal-Mart, but if you want to keep your credibility with both businesses and agents, you want to do some homework first. So don't go and talk to somebody about something if you haven't done your research to make sure the idea is original. You've got to do some patent research, and there are free places to do that, but you need to make sure that it hasn't been done before. Another thing you can do that's free is take it to somebody who's an expert in that field who has no vested interest in your idea one way or the other, and ask them what they think of it. If they say it sucks, I'd move on to something else, because an expert in an industry, if they think your idea is no good, you're playing a long, hard game trying to prove that person wrong because they know more than you do. That's sort of like trying to swim upstream. I'd rather swim downstream. And so a couple of criteria for an idea or product to be licensable. First off, it needs to be thoroughly designed. In other words, you can't have an idea for something that would do some task but have no idea how it would work. You need to know how it would work. So first, it has to be designed well. You have to prove it can work. Third, it needs to be exclusively available to whoever you're going to license it to. And fourth, and the one that people don't think of, is it needs to represent new sales to the company it's being licensed to. If you think about it for a moment, why would a company pay you a royalty on a product if when they manufacture and distribute that product, the sales of that just take the place of something else they already had? They're just trading dollars and paying you royalty they wouldn't have to pay if they just sold what they currently have. So it's important that whatever product you come up with, when you're talking to the people you're going to license it to, that it be additional sales for that company and not replacing products they've already got.
All right, well, should I do this myself and handle all the licensing and learn it myself, maybe by buying Harvey's book, or should I use an agent? What have you done that's worked best for you?
I would say it depends on the industry and your experience in it. But first off, don't use any invention submission company that advertises on TV. I mentioned that before, but I want to say that again. The advantages and disadvantages of going with an agent. The advantage is they have contacts. They know how to present a product to a company. Harvey has done 150 to 200 of those presentations. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to do it, and he has the contacts. If he needs to talk to the president of Mattel, he can get in there, where you might find that hard to do. However, he gets a piece of the action if you do that. In Harvey's case, he gets 40 to 50% of the first $100,000 of royalties in a year, and then he gets 20 or 30% of the additional above $100,000 in any given year. In particular, Harvey charges $175 to evaluate your idea, and if he takes it on, this isn't like the invention submission companies. If he takes it on, he will build a prototype. He will spend money on artwork to create a presentation. He will do everything that needs to be done to make the thing happen. He might put in $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 of his own money if he believes in the idea, and you will be expected to put up nothing. The biggest advantage of a licensing agent is he knows what he's doing and he has the contacts. The disadvantage is he gets some of the money. I've done it myself, but the reason I did it myself is I already knew the people I was going to license to, and I'd been in the industry for 15 years, so I was already well established and I knew the players, and I didn't need an agent. But if I come up with an idea for a product that was outside a field that I'd been in, I would 100% of the time use an agent.
Well, if you were going to do it yourself, tell me some of the steps that you used doing it yourself.
When you do it yourself, there's a few things that might be counterintuitive. First off, you're going to need to meet in person with the person who makes the decision to license from you. You don't send letters, you don't send faxes, you don't make presentations to marketing product managers or gatekeepers. You only want to talk to the decision maker. And the other thing you don't do that inventors invariably do is build a website. And the reason for that is, yeah, you can do it cheap, and it doesn't cost much, and you can expose your product. But from the point of view of the person you're licensing to, what it looks like is that you're shopping it to the world, nobody's biting, you can't get anybody interested, you put up a website, nothing's happening. What you want to have the image be is you want to contact in person the person who can make the decision at the company you're targeting. You want that person to believe that he is the first person who has seen this and that nobody else has seen it yet. He's getting first shot. Now, if you have a website, it's pretty clear that everybody in the world who browses around has seen this thing, and it's sort of like tainted because it gives the feeling of, well, nobody wants this thing, why should I take it? So if it's secret, it's not out in the market, and it's not on the web, then you can make the case that they're the first person to see it, and now that has value. You need to do your due diligence on the companies who might use your product. Determine what category your product belongs in a store, and then go see which companies are already in that category, and which companies are in the category with a product or a product line that's related to yours but not competitive. You're not going to get real far if your approach is to just replace what they already have, and now they get to pay a royalty where before they didn't have to. So once you've determined the companies who have the distribution you want and who have products in the right category but are not competitive, now you've got your target list, and you're going to want to talk to normally the president of the company, and you're going to want to do it in person.
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. You know, many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at HardToFindSeminars.com. So go right now to HardToFindSeminars.com, and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching.